This is Kathy Bedell with mystampingspot.com. Just a little dark in here, huh? I'm going to put on some lights. Thank you for joining me today. There we go. I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I was moving my baby into college. Hard to believe. But, okay, now we have some more light on the subject. Hopefully that's better. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. I had a request to do a fun fold card, and someone else asked if I could do a card with Friends Are Like Seashells. This set is awesome. It not only does it have lots and lots of very detailed stamps, these are beautiful when you stamp them, but it also has these great dies, so you can stamp the images and cut them out. But you also can get this great background image. There's so much we can do with it. We're going to use the smaller dies today. And we're going to be using this DSP. This is Sand and Sea Designer Series paper. As you can see, it's beautiful. It screams summer. It screams the ocean. It's just beautiful. Everything about it is just gorgeous. So, I think, I'll show you what I did. So someone asked me for a fun fold, so I thought this was cute. Hi Karen, hi Kathy. So this fits in a standard size card, envelope I should say. So we're going to make this. I think I'm going to I chose this pretty paper. I think I'm going to choose something slightly different for the one that we're going to make so you can see the difference. Okay, this is a little bit of a complicated card for a 10-minute Tuesday, but let's see how we do, okay? I'm going to teach you a new technique with the Stella brush, too. All right, so I have a 12 by 12. I am going to cut it to 5 1/4, like this. No, that's not 5 1/4. I just totally miscut that. That's 4 1/4. I am going to cut this to, 5 1/4, which is over here. So don't waste your 12 by 12 paper as I did. I'll have to use those on a different day. Okay, we are going to measure to 3 inches. I need a little pencil. First, I think we'll score. We are going to score at 4 inches. Like so. So this is 5 1/4 by 12. We're scoring at 4 inches. And I have to open this up because we're going to score at 8 inches. Like so. Okay? Then we are going to mark 3 inches. So I'm just going to put a little tick mark right here. So I know where it's my 3-inch line. So I'm just coming in 3 inches. Right to there. Now, we are going to go from this first score line. Let's fold this. We're going to go right from this first score line. And I hope you can see this. I'm going to put it on right where the cut line is. And I'm going to go put my 3-inch mark. So here's my little 3-inch tick mark. And here's my score line. So I'm going to cut on the diagonal from my first score line to my 3-inch tick line. Okay, we back? I don't know what happened. I think my internet connection got lost. Are you guys still there? Kathy and Karen, wave to me if you are. Just give me a little heads up so I know that we're live again. Okay, so in case we missed it, it's 5 1/2 by 12 piece of DSP. We marked 3 inches over. We put it on the score line and marked a 3-inch tick mark. And then we cut on the diagonal from the tick mark to the first score line. That cut off this piece here. Okay? So now we have like this. Oh, and look at, I don't like that. Okay, you know what? I'm going to choose a different piece because I'm not crazy about that. Do you guys like that? I don't think I like that. So we're going to do it again because I'm not crazy about that back. I like this back better. Okay, so here we go again. We have a 12 by 12. We're going to market it, cut it at 5 1/4. We are going to score at 4 inches and at 8 inches. The only problem with this is the paper I picked for the background isn't going to match this as well, but we're going to deal with it. Then we have, I apologize, I didn't turn my notifications off. Okay, then we're going to mark at 3 inches. I'm going to make a little tick mark. So my paper's at the 3-inch mark, and I'm back here. Okay, so I'm going from my first score line here to my 3-inch tick mark here. Okay, and we're going to just cut that piece off. Now we have this pretty shape here, like so. That's better. I like that better than this one. What do you think? Okay, I have to grab a different color paper for the background because I was going to use the In Color, what's it called? Seaside Spray. This is what I had picked out. That's what's on the back of this card. But now that I'm using this, I'm changing it up. Okay. So we are going to take, I put my cutter away foolishly. We're going to make just a standard card size. So this is going to be 4 1/4. I'm going to make that cut. I picked Flirty Flamingo by 5 1/2. Like that. And I think that will match okay. Maybe not my favorite, but we're going with it. Because I seem to be having technical difficulties today. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to just adhere this right on to... Boy, my 10-minute Tuesday today is not going so well, is it? Right onto my card back, like that. Okay? There we go. I'm going to set this aside. We are going to use the Baby Boss. Thank you, Karen, for giving it that name. And we are going to use some scrap white paper. This is too wide. That one's a little bit too wide. I'm using my base plate, my number 1 plate, my number 2 plate. And I am using the Hippo dies. I'm going to use this fun shape here. I'm using 2 sizes. One's for the inside and one is for the outside. So, I have to cut this down a little, I think. Just will this big one go on here? Ooh, just barely. Look at that. All right, let me cut this down just a little bit. Okay, how are we doing? I cut it a little too much. It's always something, isn't it, girls? Okay, I'm doing one of the big ones. Oh my goodness, this really does not want to fit today. So I'm doing a big one. I'm putting the other plate on here, and I'm going to run that through. I have a bum elbow today, so that's why you saw me using my arm instead of my hand. I was out shoveling all morning. And not so good, if you know what I mean. Okay, now I'm doing the smaller one that's going to go on the card front. Like this. Thanks, KB. All right. There we go. I'm going to put my Baby Boss aside for a minute. We will be using it again. I'm just going to stick it to the side for a minute. Now, my bigger one, we're going to adhere inside. I'm kind of doing this backwards, but I'm a little bit off kilter today because I messed up. So I'm going to put that one inside first. This one, I am going to stamp. I chose the staying that says, "Friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way." I love that. And I'm going to kind of put it up a little bit higher. and you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to leave this open because we are going to stamp some of the little seashells. There are big ones and little ones in this package. So I'm using Seaside Spray for the words and the smallest one. I'm using Blushing Bride for my starfish. Like that. Actually, I'm going to leave these open and I'll tell you why after. And I'm using Sahara Sand for my sand dollar. Like that. Actually, I'm going to leave that one open too. I am going to bring back in my Baby Boss. Whoop. I'm missing my other clear plate. What did I just do with it? Ah, I found it. Okay. We're going to pull out the 3 dies that go with these. Karen, this one was for you. I actually am designing an entire class. It'll be out mid-March using all these products. Now, normally, I would take sticky notes to make sure that these stayed in place. But I have to tell you, I'm not going to take the time because it's 10-minute Tuesday and I'm working quickly. And I want to be able to show you a cute little Wink of Stella trick. See, that one jumped. That's why I would use a sticky note to keep it down. But we're going to keep going here. All right, I'm going to put my dies back. So that gives me the sand dollar, the little seashell, which look what I'm going to do with him. Oh, I had 2 pieces of paper. Well, I cut double out of everything. I'll put my inside. I dropped my starfish. Gosh, guys, I really am kind of a mess today. I apologize. I'm going to just trim him up because I didn't like... Not that I'm a super perfectionist, but that's driving me a little bit crazy. Same thing with my starfish. See, I should have just gone ahead and used the sticky notes. Okay, here's where the fun comes in. I hope you can see this. You know what? Maybe I'll put these on blue so you can see them better. Okay, this little guy here, we're going to just take our Wink of Stella, give it a good shake, and Wink of Stella him up. I know you girls love Wink of Stella. All right. That one's got a little glimmer to it. Watch what I do with these 2. So I am going to take, so I don't need my Seaside Spray. I'm going to close that one up. I am going to take, can you see what I'm doing here? The corner of my block, and I'm just pushing it in my, can you see the color on there? In my Blushing Bride ink pad. And then I'm going to just take a little bit of Wink of Stella and pick up some color. And it's going to be darkest when you first start coloring. So I start in the center and work out like this. And it will give you A, some color, and B, just a little bit of shimmer. Like that. Now, don't mind the fact that my star is a little off cut. Now, to clean your brush, you're going to give it a little squeeze while you wipe it off. This is very similar to what you do with an aqua painter when you want to clean it. And how full your Wink of Stella brush is will determine how hard you're going to squeeze it. I had to squeeze it pretty hard because mine's getting low. Now, I'm going to take the other half of my block and put it in my Sahara Sand color, like that. Can you see that? See the Sahara Sand? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just squeeze a little bit of Wink of Stella on there and pick up a little bit of color. And again, the darkest colors I'm going to do in the center, because the more you use it, the lighter it comes out. So I am going to start with the areas that I want it darkest, like this. And then I'll work my way out. Like so. And just add a little bit of color. Not that you can see, I'm not doing anything too fancy. I mean, it is a sand dollar. It's not perfect. And then just scrape a little bit off there because I don't want it to be full strength out here on this edge. So I'm just kind of dabbing the ink color off just a little bit. And then again, you want to go back and make sure you clean your Stella brush really well. Like that. I'm going to close that up. I'm going to close my 2 inks up. Okay, thanks. All right. This block needs to be clean. I'm going to put that over to the side. All right. So we have our friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. And I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive on the back. Now, you have to be careful. Don't do what I just did. I put the adhesive too far up. I'm actually going to wipe a little bit of this off. This new Stampin' Seal, you can actually kind of erase it a little bit almost. Not erase it, but I don't know if you can see what it's doing. It's kind of like rolling a little bit. So I put it up just a little too high. This was actually maybe a good mistake to make. And so I moved it from up here down here. Can you guys see that? I hope you can see kind of that little ridge there. Just because I want that to pop up a little bit. Then I am just going to take my dimensionals and pop a couple on here. And I'm just going to put my seashells around. My seashells and my starfish. We go to a beach in Maine every year. And, well, we haven't been now for a while because of COVID. But every year it seems like something is always predominant. I think there's 2 pieces of paper stuck here. Maybe not. One year it was all starfish. We were collecting so many starfish. Let's see. I think I'll put this kind of like that. One year we collected so many starfish. Another year we collected so many sand dollars. And one year we were catching little shrimp. What do you think? Karen, the paper is gorgeous. And you may want to wait a few more weeks to see my class. Like I said, I have a whole class coming up. So this would be cute. You can put your greeting here. Oh, let me show you something else. These are little stickers that you can buy that coordinate. So on the inside, I think I'll just put a little sticker. Maybe down here. Maybe I stamp a happy birthday in there. Let's see, maybe on this one, because there's so much blue, we'll put one of these little blue seashells. Like that. Are they cute? They're really cute. These would be great for scrapbooking too if you're a scrapbooker. Maybe I'll put one of these in each. I kind of like these pink ones. I am a pink girl after all. Here we go. I don't know if I made it in the 10 minutes because, you know, a little bit of flubs and all that. But thanks for joining me today. So like I said, this is the Friends Are Like Seashells. I have so much coming with this bundle because I love this bundle. There's so much gorgeous stuff that can take place with this nice big die. There's some beautiful pearlescent paper that we're going to be using in coming weeks. And like I said, keep your eyes out for a class. Okay? Thanks for joining me today, guys. And I'll talk to you all soon. Happy Wednesday. See you next Tuesday. Thank you.